Deathgasm. All spelt in capitals. Lowercase is for pussies.
How'd you guys like this one?
I liked it.
Yeah.
Straight away, the very first thing that I noticed was the visuals of it. It looks great.
Yeah. Jared had told me that before he finished it, he told me that it was what did you say, like a teen romance comedy or something?
Yeah, I watched it in chunks. I watched up to where the teacher starts throwing up blood, and then finished the rest of it like a day or two later. So that first chunk I thought was very like teen comedy. It was heavy on that, I thought, and light on blood, but it more because. You know,
That's
when you don't,
because they were doing the
when you don't get the ending right away, all I had was like 2 days to sit on that bit of it.
They were doing those intercut drawing things like they did on Superbad and shit like that. A lot of dick drawings and a lot of dicks in general.
Well, and the second half of the movie is.
But also, there's Power Rangers in this, dude. There's 3 people from Power Rangers in this.
The second half of the movie is where all the great stuff is. I don't think the first stuff is. I don't think it did any detriment. It's just if you only watch that, I walked away being like, I don't know about this one. This might not be what I thought it was going to be. And a lot of times, metal movies that focus heavily on metal, it feels a little forced.
Yes,
Yeah,
I think
Someone.
I just watched another one. I think it was Devil's Candy. It was very, it was metal, and I agree. They all feel forced.
Yeah, someone. I don't know if it was the people making it, but someone was into this. Like when he pulls the autopsy record out.
Yeah.
Like someone was around being like, no.
But why so much Trivium? Trivium was on it. Every fucking thing. It was everywhere.
But yeah, I mean, the main characters are like, I mean, you look at it, they make them into like black metal, the blackest of black metal kind of dudes.
They did a parody of that, what's that band, that black metal band. Can't even think of it.
But
they did a parody of a black metal video.
But but then, like you said, when you start tossing in like Trivium and you're moving into a generic, like that, it's just never done great. But it didn't. I mean, for what the movie is, it doesn't fucking matter.
No, because everything's over the top.
None of this, all these little things. None of it matters for
the main dude. What's his name? Brody, is that his name? And the lead girl are both from Power Rangers, one of the series, and the chick from the record store that does the psychic readings, she's from Power Rangers also.
It's Power Rangers movie.
But they say you can sync this movie up to Iron Maiden's Live After Death, and it like perfectly aligns like a Pink Floyd.
I may try that
thing. Yeah. Basically, these guys. What happens is this kid, his mom gets put in jail for trying to suck off Santa Claus. Is that what happened?
Yeah, she was high on meth.
And he has to move in with his really religious uncle and dickhead cousin. And of course, they lump him in with a slobby dude and a fucking nerd that plays D&D.
None of that matters. A metal band finds a hymn that raises a devil. Yeah. They play it not knowing what it was. The town turns into demons, and a lot of people get killed
of awesome shit happens.
In crazy, ridiculous ways.
I love it when he kills his cousin. Just to fucking kill him.
No, because like when he came in, he was all like, his eyes. You seen that, right?
Oh my god! Yeah, the gore was great. I loved every bit of it.
The visuals are great. The director Jason Lei, I think it's Jason Lei Howden. Again, this is his first full length movie. But previously, he's known for his visual effects. He worked on the Hobbit movies. The Wolverine, Prometheus, like visuals is his thing, and from the get go, like as soon as the movie starts, I love the visuals. I love the cut scenes to where they have like they're standing on the mountain, like
that's awesome,
like a metal cover, like it. visually, this movie is great.
It pretty much hits on everything it needs
Practical
to be.
practical effects, great.
To be good at what it's supposed to be. Like, it's funny as shit.
Yeah.
I mean, the little stuff I was telling Frank about the first half is just because I hadn't got to the part that you watched the movie for. And all I had was the parts that you don't care about. And so that second half of the movie, I mean, honestly, I'm not going to take away from dude's film because I think it's really good. But you can just watch the second half of the movie.
That's true.
I mean, it's one of those.
He was just warming up his first.
And you'll
first
miss
half of the movie.
You'll miss some good stuff, a few good scenes in the first part, but it's not quite as. That's my only issue with it is normally those kind of movies are full go from the beginning. They waited till halfway through. Doesn't hurt the movie, but in this kind of movie, I don't want to wait. Just, I mean, it's called Deathgasm.
Yeah, I didn't.
Let's just get to it.
Going off the trailer, I didn't expect to like this movie as much as I did. Like, I didn't think I was going to be into it that much at all, but
yeah, I figured I would. There hasn't been much of those New Zealand over the top.
Yeah, I love that New Zealand accent. I don't know why, but I just fucking do.
The old Peter Jackson stuff with Dead Alive and Bad Taste. One that I almost picked for this time for my old one, but I decided something else instead. Black Sheep is another one.
I just got that.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
Maybe I will pick it instead of Body Melt. It's 2006, but that's over a decade old.
Yeah, I just.
We shouldn't have restrictions.
I just ordered from the UK real cheap. It's only like
I got it
like
on DVD
$5.
too, Frank. I might pick that one instead. But anyways, like Black Sheep and Undead, I believe that one was another New Zealand one. Like they're and of those, Deathgasm's probably my least favorite.
Undead's the one with the aliens in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
But I still rate it pretty high. I mean, it being my least favorite is. That doesn't mean it's very low. Like, I love those New Zealand over-the-top, just crazy, insane, non-stop death and ridiculousness. Yeah. I like that in a movie.
It was a really, really good movie.
Would you rate it, Jason?
Let's see. I gave it a 7. I gave the plot a 5. I didn't... The writing to the movie, I mean, there's...
I gave the plot not relevant.
I mean, it's just the middle of the road. Like, it wasn't bad, it wasn't good. It is what it is.
Lost some
I liked the acting in it. I thought the characters were great. I gave it a 7. There really wasn't a whole lot of atmosphere there, so I think 7's a good score.
I think in the end, the reason this one is it isn't as high as Undead or Black Sheep or Brain Damage is because the overall story isn't as ridiculous as, like, Dead Alive. A rat monkey bites a dude's mom and he keeps the zombies in his basement and they spread. That's ridiculous. The Black Sheep, a dude's humping a sheep.
That's a good story.
Genetic.
That's an 8 in my book. So,
but a dude's
rat monkey
humping a sheep to make a genetically superior sheep, and they turn into were sheep.
Yeah, were sheep.
Like that is an undead aliens taking over and raising.
Oh, and that dude has that awesome shotgun.
I mean, that's the storyline from Plan 9 from Outer Space. I mean, and this one is a couple kids form a metal band, and it's not as over the top.
But he does use the power of a tasty fucking guitar solo to bring his buddy out of the devil.
You know, it's like I said, it's just not as over the top. And in those movies, I like them. It's just way over the top. I gave it.
This wasn't over the top enough for you?
Storyline.
Because I thought this was... I mean, I said that earlier. Everything's over the top. I got it right here. Wrote it down.
He does a spin move with 2 chainsaws, and he has corpse
it's over the top.
We were talking storyline. The storyline wasn't as over the top as what I like in those.
Right. And his wife also helped.
I give the movie a 7, but I give the second half of the movie a 9. The second half of the movie is everything that it should be.
Your guys' scales kill me.
I went with an
Wow.
This is right in my wheelhouse. But I thought that the
Wow.
devil at the end, that could have been done a little bit fucking cool because everything else was so awesome, and that was like.
I feel this was a little Tenacious D. Too.
Yeah, I felt that the cutaways especially that looked like some shit out of their albums.
The devil at the end looked like a really bad version of Dave Grohl in Tenacious D.
Yeah, and they said that this was based on Evil Dead, sort of. So why would they could have done the beginning different without don't involve the school at all? Get the school out of there, and it would be a lot better because that made it seem like you were watching Look She's Hot Now or whatever that fucking movie is.
They took time. They took time to introduce characters to you.
Yeah.
And put them in situations to make you think about who the characters are. It
Right.
works against this movie a little bit because I generally, like even in The Void, I was like, I don't care who they are. But in this movie especially, I don't care. I don't care who they are. I don't care who they're killing. Just do it.
Yeah, because the beginning, like what half hour, it's like Sandy or whatever the fucking names are.
The part where what really got me, and it was one of the parts that came close to my end of the first chunk that I watched. Like when you get into pass this guy the note, I didn't pass the note, I showed up instead, I'm going to start making out with my best friends. Like, all of that, you could have had more people getting killed instead of that.
Yeah.
It tries to make you care.
Yeah, it tried to actually make a more normal, stronger story.
Yeah, that kid gets bullied, gets pushed down, gets.
Yeah. It just
They added real life stuff into a not real life movie.
yeah.
Unnecessary.